Hello everyone, and welcome to my new Muddy Puddles guide with a strategy that I'm surprised nobody has used for this map, at least in a guide, until now. First, let's place a dart monkey right over here. Just place it right over here. You want the left side of the range border to go right between these two tire treads right over here. If I'll actually click the thing, they should be going right between these two tire treads right here. And this part should be just touching the edge of that tire tread right there. This placement is pretty precise, so it might take a bit. And then place a sniper right over here and put him on first or strong for 4 shots. It doesn't really matter. And then set him to last for 6 shots. And then, once those 6 shots have been done, set him to strong for the rest of the round. Also a good idea to turn off auto start, but we'll be turning that on later. And then for round 7, set your sniper to last, and your dart monkey to last. Keep your sniper on last for 4 shots, and then set him to first for 5 shots, and then set him to strong for the rest of the round. Even if you do beat round 6, it is still possible to lose to round 7 if your dart monkey placement is a bit off. It's pretty precise. And then place another sniper right up here and set him to last. Just set him to last for all of round 8. For round 9, set him to strong, and then place a dart monkey just right up here. Just shove him in this corner over here. You kind of want his hand to make like a line with the edge of the lake right here. That's kind of how you want to do it. And you should also try and line up his range border with this little dark outline on the side of the track. And then set him to last. And then your left sniper, keep it on strong for 8 shots, or until a red reaches very close to the exit. And then set him to first for 1 shot, strong for 1 shot, and then first for the rest of the round. That should allow you to beat the round pretty easily. And then for round 10, set both of your snipers to last and your right dart monkey to first. And then place another dart monkey mid-round right over here. You want him to be like on a straight line with the right track, that top part, and you also want his range to go through about the middle of the second rightmost track. And also set that dart monkey to last, very important. And then, once you reach about $145, set both of your snipers to strong as soon as possible. If you've done this correctly, you should beat the round, but there can be a little bit of, not RNG, but possibility to lose if you've messed up your sniper micro. And honestly, that's the last hard part of this entire run. It's pretty easy from here. On round 12, place another sniper just up here and set him to strong. And then for 13, you're going to place another sniper right over here as soon as possible, and leave him on first for a few shots to catch all reds that might leak on 13, and then once it's mostly cleared up, set him to strong. And then, crazy, I know, for 15, place another sniper. Yeah, we're going to have 5 total. And this guy has to be down here. And set him to strong as well. For round 18, place a sub right over here, and you want to place it so that the range border touches the edge of this little dark outline around the track right here. And also upgrade him to bigger range. Very important. '18 will always seemingly get very close, but you'll beat it almost all the time. And then get intel for 19. And then for 21, just get twin guns. For 22, upgrade this sniper specifically to full metal jacket. I've found this sniper to be the most consistent. And then for 24, upgrade this left dart monkey to enhanced eyesight. And for 25, there can be like a tiny bit of RNG, but I've never lost to it. Well, I did once like 5 months ago, but we don't talk about that. In the testing I've done for this one specifically, I never lost to it. And then on 27, we can play Psy, but we are not going to, and we're going to buy Airburst instead, because if we buy Psy now, we lose. So, that kind of sucks. Instead, we'll just place Psy right over here in the middle of 29. Just right over there. And then set them to strong. Pretty important. And now all we have to do until round 40 is get triple guns, stun the rainbows on 35 if you really feel like it, place an ALK right here and upgrade it to 320 for your sub, and then upgrade your sub to armor piercing darts. And for round 40, there are no abilities to use, but it seems like it can get pretty close. Personally, I've never lost to it, but I do see a possibility where you can lose to it. And round 40 is where, like, all of the difficulty in the run lies. If you've gotten past round 40, it's literally almost impossible to lose unless you just forget to do something completely. And then just place a village over here and upgrade it to jungle drums. Psy should be in the village's range, but that doesn't matter too much. And then get stim on your ALK. Also, get camo on your village. Not super important right now, but it'll become important later. And now, we'll be getting our main damage dealer of the run right now. You want him to be in the ALK's range, but somewhat far away from him, just so we don't steal the buff, the priority buff, from the sub. And just upgrade him all the way to a 402 Apache dart ship. I put on auto start now, but if you don't want to, you don't have to. Get 302 before you get Apache dart ship. You should be able to afford the Apache dart ship in the middle of 58. And now we start the 48.6k save up for the Apache Prime. Honestly, I'm surprised that there hasn't been like a legit muddy guide with Apache Prime yet, because it seems pretty easy. I guess just no one's felt like it. Okay, to be fair, no one's crazy enough to try round 30 Psy to get it, but like, shh. For 63, if you want to, you can use abilities, but you shouldn't have to. It's not required. Well, maybe it can be if you get, like, bad RNG in some way, but I don't really see a way you could get RNG here. So if you want to use a few abilities, you can, but you don't have to. Same with 64. 173% not needed. Anyways, I'll see you on 75. 75 is the first round in a while where we actually have to press a button. On either the first or second group of very clumped BFBs, you should probably use a stun. Not a scream, just a stun. Here, I don't think I even end up using the stun, so yeah. But you probably should. And then for 76, I highly recommend you use a scream, but as you can see here, not 100% required. If you do use a scream on 76, you will have it back up for 78, where you do 100% need it. So that's nice. Also, you could use a stun on 77 if you'd like, but clearly not needed. For 78, you do have to scream on both ceramic waves. 100% required. If you don't, you will lose, and that would be kind of sad, because we're at the easy part now. Make sure to scream on that camel wave. Don't forget about it. It's still a wave that you have to worry about. And then 79, which is usually a pretty tough round, completely annihilated by our dart ship, Psy, and our sub, which is kind of nice. For round 80, you do have to use a stun. You want to use it right about when the ZOMG pops. Well, no, when the BFBs pop into Moabs. That's when you first want to use it. And it should stun just all of the insides, and you should just win with absolutely no problems. It'll look pretty close, though. 81 is the last somewhat scary looking round of the run, because Apache Dartship absolutely sucks at killing super ceramics. This is what usually prevents it from being a good black border strategy on this map, but Psy comes in clutch and is able to pop them for us. I'd recommend using a stun off cooldown here, and if you'd like to, use a scream and buy Apache Prime as soon as possible. And now that we have our 70k heli, we kind of just win, except there's still a few things we have to do. First, we get a MIB, or we upgrade our camo village to a MIB, so our Apache Prime can now pop DDTs. And now, we'll get the thing that is 100% required in most Apache Prime runs, an overclock, because it kind of sucks without it. You'll afford the overclock in the middle of 87. You don't actually have to use it until round 90, but if you'd like to use it on 88 or something just to watch Apache destroy the round even faster, feel free to do that, but not needed. Just don't use the overclock on 89 because we need to have it up for round 90, and that is not up for debate. It is 100% required. Because the Apache Prime sucks against DDTs, we have to use an overclock on round 90 for it, just for it to be able to pop them. For round 92, use an overclock just like a few seconds after the round starts. If you want to use it like right when the round starts, feel free to do that. It won't hurt you at all. And it'll probably make 93 easier, actually. Because on 93, you have to use overclock as soon as possible off cooldown, and if you're a bit slow with it, you might have to stun. Because the DDTs can get very scary if they push too far. And then for 94, I just recommend using overclock off cooldown, like completely off cooldown, and buying Call to Arms on your MIB as soon as possible. This is basically just a super buffed Apache Prime run, so that's kind of fun. Super buffed Apache Prime does kind of go crazy. And so we're going to use both abilities just in a combo very quickly when the DTT show up. You probably want to use Call to Arms first and then Overclock after, so yeah. You also might want to use a stun here, but that shouldn't be needed. If you'd like to use a Scream, you can, but just use a Call to Arms off cooldown. And then just at some point before 97, place a sniper right over here, and upgrade it to a 420 main Moab and set it to strong. He should now take the alk buff priority from the sub, because the sub doesn't do that much at this point, and alking the main Moab, very helpful. The main will help us wreck 97, which is always nice to see, because 97 is surprisingly not a completely free round with Apache. And then for 98, use just Overclock to blitz the round as soon as possible, and once all of the ZOMGs pop, or actually once all of the ZOMGs fully pop and it's just fortifieds left, you can use a Scream. We wait to use Scream just so we can have Overclock up back for sure on 99. And then just Overclock it and Call to Arms on 99. And then for 100, First Strike. Just buy a First Strike and use it. Well, use it once the bad reaches the last damage phase, and you want to make sure that you use a Scream right when the bad pops, so this doesn't happen. You didn't see that. That didn't happen. Erase that from your memory. So yeah, this is how it's supposed to go. You should probably First Strike it a bit earlier than I do, so it pops into ZOMGs, so the Scream timing is easier, but yeah. Just First Strike, Scream. You should just win. If you've done everything correctly, and trust me, it is a lot, you should now have your Muddy Puddles Black Border with a fairly underused strategy on this map. Never seen anyone do it. Anyways, I hope this guide helped you out in some way. Have a nice rest of your day, and goodbye.